see you.
Doing
All
okay.
right, great.
Do you want to do an opening comment?
Sure, I'll go.
Okay, we are now ready to begin. We will have an opening comment and then go straight to questions.
Good afternoon. Just want to thank everybody for being here today. I think that this event always brings that reality, that pinch of reality for me that the season's near. And I think it's also a great opportunity for our student athletes to, get in front of the cameras and start to talk about what's to come and what's next. And that's the one word for our team this season because we're focused on the future, where we're trying to go, and while being present every day and committed to the process for it to hopefully give us great outcome. This year, this group has a healthy balance of maturity and youth. My team is comprised of 245 starts at the Power 5 level, and so that's where the maturity comes in. And then the youth, I have 5 freshmen, 2 that were ranked in the top 100. And with the maturity piece, a lot of them are returners. We only have 3 transfers that came in, and I think we tried our best to address deficiencies that we had this past season. And so as we focus on where we're trying to go, I'm incredibly excited about what's to come. Our non-conference schedule, I'm not sure who picked it because it's pretty competitive. Our opening night, we have Oklahoma, we have Louisville in the Southeastern Conference ACC Challenge. And then in the Bahamas, we have the potential to play the likes of Arizona, Michigan, Middle Tennessee. So we're going to be primed and ready to go by the time we get to January. And I think when you talk about what's next for our program, and that's it. So, we did get ranked. Obviously, we're flattered by the compliment, but our team understands that that is only a compliment, not an accomplishment. And so our focus and our goal moving forward would be to put ourselves in the best position to make another magical run again this season.
Gabrielle Lewis, the next.
Yes.
You call this the season of separation. What does that mean? And what does it mean for Team 49? And
Yeah.
who's the identity of this?
Good to see you, Gabrielle. We stole the whole next thing from you. No. It's the season of separation because as far as I'm concerned, I'm talking about even internally. I have 15 really good players. And I don't know that I'm gonna successfully be able to play 15 night in and night out. So they're gonna have to figure out ways to create separation amongst each other. And then the separation also comes where, last 2 years we've been in the top 4, but we've been 4th. When are we gonna separate ourselves and start to move into that top 3 of the pack? How are we going to continue to raise the bar for ourselves and separate ourselves from what Team 48 did? What's next for Team 49? And so when I talk about separation, I talk about it internally first and then externally as everyone gets to witness us continue to build this program.
I want to talk about KK Deans. It seems like you have a really special relationship with transfer point guards.
Yeah.
Maya was really important for last year. So what's your relationship like with KK? But also, what does she add? I know she's a scorer.
Yeah, KK is a mini version of me, Maya was a little different. Maya was very feisty, knew the Southeastern Conference, understood what it took, and her leadership was just something that we needed at the time. And the addition of Kirsten, what that has done is given us an opportunity to say, man, we really like what Maya did, but now we want a little bit more scoring. We want a little bit more competitiveness on the offensive end because there's no secret, we struggled from the perimeter, and sometimes, we lost a couple games, single digit points. So we would have needed that shot or that 3-point shot, that 38% that she shoots, or, here and there in that mindset. And that's what she brings. She's an ultimate competitor. This is her last lap. She understands the league by being at Florida last year. And I'm excited about growing and developing that relationship with her for sure.
Coach Wilton Jackson, Sports Illustrated. I have a question. You mentioned that this is a veteran team, and this year, obviously, you have a player like Madison.
Yep.
How are you expecting her to take her leadership to the next level for the overall growth of this team? And
Yeah.
about separating.
That's a great question. Madison, like you said, has been here, so she's a vet. She's one of the oldest. Her and Snutter are one of the oldest on the team, and it's funny. I laugh saying it because I remember when she was just a pup. But this is a part of the plan. She's in her 4th season, and we expect Madison to teach the others the Ole Miss way. And that's a challenge, and that's going to be a little uncomfortable for her at times. But we have also groomed her for this moment. For the last 3 years, she was a part of the leadership council. Maybe not a captain, but she sat in all the meetings. She had a chance to listen to the expectations, and she's lived it. So Maddie knows the Ole Miss way, and it's time for her to step into that role and to teach the others and to teach them quickly.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
Johnny Thornton with Game Day Weekly.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Great.
When you get into conference play, talk about having to match game plans, especially with these following elite coaches: Kel Mulkey, Kelly Harper, Christy Curry, Don Stanley, and Joni Taylor.
Yeah. Well, I think all of our coaches are elite. That's for certain. And, I got a little confidence from taking down one giant with Tara Vanderveer. So next on my list are those others. But that's really just a joke. I mean, any team we play in the Southeastern Conference, we want to compete. One thing about our league, the coaches are going to have their players prepared. Everyone is going to be, there's a certain rhythm to our league. Our coaches understand that and know that. And then you have, like you said, Joni that has been in the league and had a lot of experience. Chrissy Curry, who's a vet. And then you have the 2 national champs with Don Staley and Kim Mulkey. You have to bring your A game. And that is why I came to this conference, And when I think about it, there have only been 3 teams that we have yet to be able to defeat, and that's South Carolina, LSU, and Tennessee. So we got our work cut out, and I'm excited about the challenge.
Cora Hall with the Knox News Sentinel. You had a pretty special moment this meeting. I mean, not meeting, but seeing Don Staley and Vince Stringer this week. Can you just talk about maybe what that moment meant to you and what those 2 coaches have meant for you as far as role models and kind
For
of
sure.
paving the way?
Yeah, Cora, it was a great moment because we were in town watching our players. And so Jonquel Jones is one of my players that played with Liberty, and obviously, Asia Wilson and Elena Coates with South Carolina, but also the Laney young lady from Rutgers. And so we just all happened to be there. And on my way out, Don was talking to Coach Stringer. And I just walked up to him and I said, we got to take this picture because I want to put this up in my office. Because, see, that's 3 generations of coaches right there. That's from the baby boomer and Gen X with Don, and then me, the millennial. And, I believe in the quote, you can't be what you can't see. And those young ladies, along with others, of course, Pat Summitt and the like, have set the example. But Don and Coach Stringer was most relatable for me. And so I just had to take advantage of that moment, and really grateful for the doors that they have opened for me and many others that look like me.
After the Louisville March Madness loss, I believe you said something online that the lights were just too bright for
Yeah.
us. Now that your team has been in those situations, do they know the lights, and what does that bring for hopefully a postseason, but also just a very competitive regular season?
Right. Well, I just think that you have to grow through things. And we ran into a Louisville team that had been to the Elite Eight, Sweet 16 numerous times. And I think the Elite Eight a handful of times. So, that experience matters. And that experience was great for my team 2 years ago when we lost to South Dakota that had 3 fifth-year seniors. We learned from that, and then we came back, and you see we went to the Sweet 16. So if we're going to continue with this trend, then we should be a Final Four team. But the experience is definitely something that you cannot rush. You have to kind of go through. And I'm grateful to have, Madison Scott, Snooda Collins, Taya Singleton, Ayanna Thompson returning, because they went through it for sure.
I know we talked about KK, but the other transfers, Krissa and then Todd Williams. Can you talk about them and
Sure.
what each of them have added?
Yeah.
Their transition to Oxford?
Yeah, I mean, we never try to replace players, but we knew that when Angel Baker, graduated and Maya Taylor graduated, we would have to step it up and continue to move forward in that light in that fashion. And so we wanted to get someone from a leadership perspective at the point guard position that we thought was heady, an alpha female. We wanted that to just take us to the next level. And then Kennedy Todd Williams was someone that fell into our lap. When she went into the transfer portal, it was interesting because her circle reached out to us first. So I don't know that we would have even tried to recruit her because we did not have any connection with her. But the connection was they saw us first at Stanford. And Toddy was looking for another opportunity. And after talking with her and spending some time with her, we knew that it was a match made in heaven. She is going to be able to impact us on both ends of the floor immediately. The same with KK Deans. And then Carissa Richardson was intriguing to us because of her youth. Here she is. She's played in the SEC, but she's still a sophomore. That's prime in the portal. Someone that knows the league, but can grow with you for 2 to 3 years. And so that's what she brings. And she's going to be an impact player for us as well. People don't talk about her a lot, but I know what she's going to be able to do. She has been a force to be reckoned with.
Coach, you listed several teams that you're still seeking to beat.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say you've learned the most about yourself in this role as coach at Ole Miss?
Yeah, man. My character got tested in year 2 with the 0-16 season. I had to decide, my reason for doing what I do. Was it for the wins or was it for helping young people? And it's okay to be for both because I'm a competitor at heart. But that allowed me to focus on, building my zest, my character. It allowed me to go back to the drawing board time after time after time. And if you looked at that year, we would play one team and lose maybe by 20 or 30 points, and then we would play them again and lose by 10. I just felt like I felt like year 2 was my best coaching year because I did not have the talent that I've had, last year or the year before with Shakira Austin. And so I think what that has done, the Southeastern Conference, when you come in, it grows you up quickly. And it's unforgiving. And those teams were incredibly unforgiving with me, and I appreciate them for it. You think about last year, the South Carolina game, a minute 24, and we're up 2, and then their experience kicked in. Well, that game prepared us for Stanford. And so what it has done, it has made me self-reflect, and it's also made me and my staff say, what are we going to need to go to the next level? And I think with the 5 freshmen we've signed, I know you all don't know about them, but they're dynamic, and I will put them up against any freshman class in the country. The transfers that we went out and were fortunate to bring in to our group and the returners puts us in a situation that allows us to be competitive and use all of the lessons that I've learned, my staff have learned, and all of our returners have learned.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.